we got a couple transactions that we need to work on. Again, you got your chart of accounts, your winter account assets, your sales, your expenses, your liabilities. So you got everything there. Okay. Let's take a look at our transactions, and then we'll journalize them, and then fix what we need to fix here. Okay. So, first things first. Discover that a transaction for supplies bought last month was journalized and posted in error as a debit to prepaid insurance instead of supplies. Okay, so this transaction is a correcting entry. It's a memorandum for a source document. And basically what we're trying to do is it was supposed to go in supplies debit. It was not. So we need to make sure it goes in there. And so we found this error at the end. It's a memorandum 15, and we know we want to debit supplies. I'm going to put supplies in there. We know we want to debit supplies. The transaction for supplies was journalized posted in error as a debit to prepaid insurance instead. So we know we put it in supplies. It's supposed to be in supplies, but we put it in prepaid insurance. How do we get something that we debited in prepaid insurance off the books? Well, if we put $75 in prepaid insurance, we need to take it out. Why isn't it popping up? Anyway, so we put $75 in error to prepaid insurance debit. So we need to fix the error. So if we debited it for 75 and that was an error, we got to credit it for 75 to get it out of our books. And that's why we have debit supplies, prepaid insurance as the credit. The next one, discovered that a transaction for rent expense for last month was journalized and posted as an error to debit to repair expense instead of rent expense. So we find out that we put in an error a debit to repair expense. So we know we have to fix that by crediting repair expense. And it's supposed to go into rent expense. So we need to put it where it's supposed to go. Rent expense, memorandum 16, and it's supposed to be $90 or $900. What do we got here? 900. Okay, and it was, we put it in repair expense, so we need to fix it by crediting it for $900. So we put a $900 debit into repair expense, so we fixed it by crediting it. It was supposed to go, the $900 was supposed to go in rent expense, and never did, so then that's why we debited rent expense. So those are fixed. Alright, this is always goofy, the way they do this. It says it discovered that 2 posting errors were made in the owner's drawing account. The November 15th entry amount should have been $540. The November 30th entry included a debit to drawing. For $400 posted in there as a credit. Determine the amount that should be entered in each cell. So cell A, what is supposed to be in this one? It says an entry on November 15th should have been $540. It was listed at $450, so that should be $540. Credit should be 0, I would guess. So we're going to put 0. Debit is going to be $540 because it should have been $540 here. On the 30th, it should include the debit to drawing $40. Oh, so this is supposed to be a debit to drawing on the D is supposed to be 0. E is supposed to be debit for $400. Credit, what's it say? Determine what amount should be entered in each cell. Shouldn't be anything in this cell. Credit. We should have $540 balance plus a $400. So this should be $940. And we shouldn't have anything in there. Okay. And that should be what we got. Thanks.